can we take a moment to talk about what bookers actually want? There's so many speakers out there who are so keen to get booked and yet have very little understanding about who bookers are, how they book, and why they book. So if you don't know this about me, I am an event organizer. I have been organizing events in a variety of different forms for like 20 years. As well as that, I'm a moderator and a host. So I see both sides of the story. And I think what happens with a lot of speakers, in fact, I know this to be true, is as soon as it's like, I want to get on more stages, I want to be more out there, what we start doing is doing things to convince bookers that we're really great at what we do. The issue with that is when you flip the script and start to think about it from the booker's perspective, how many emails do you reckon those bookers are getting just like yours on a daily basis? I've spoken to them. Some of them are telling me they're getting like 20 emails a day from speakers pitching them. So how are you going to stand out from that crowd if that's the game that you choose to play? When you start to understand that bookers are really playing a game of safety and risk aversion, an event takes sometimes in excess of a year to put on. If you look at the big ones, particularly the ones that people covet, those events are a year of planning. Now, the last thing a booker wants, an event organizer wants, is that we get to the end of that, all of that experience. It all comes together on the day. We put our trust in a speaker on the stage, and that speaker doesn't deliver. So in order to minimize that risk, bookers are looking for a safe pair of hands. They're looking for somebody that they can trust to deliver under pressure. They're looking for somebody who's done this under similar circumstances before, that this isn't their first shot in the dark. It's very difficult to get that from your email that you send them pitching yourself. So I say all this to say, when you stop focusing on pitching at bookers and start focusing on the psychology of how and why bookers book, then you start to focus less on the pitch and more on what you need to do to present yourself as a safe pair of hands. Now, if this is resonating to you, the doors are open for 15 people over the next kind of couple of months to work with me on the Get Books to Pay, to work with me in a group program. Now, if you're interested in that, I'll drop all of the details for that program in the email or the links below, so you can go and check them out. And I'd love to see you there. But if you take nothing else from this, if you don't understand the psychology of how people book you and what's important to them, I would spend a little bit more time on that before you do your next pitch. Just an idea.